here with not a typical off season.
Oh, look, you got a camera on today.
Just for you. I didn't want to get called out for that again, so I made things on today. You didn't have a typical off season coming here, no OTAs, and then a limited training camp. But how have you and Deshaun worked together to build that chemistry, and how has your relationship grown over the season?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. You know, without having those off season and OTAs and stuff like that, obviously presents a challenge. But I think we've been doing a good job of, just continue to build that rapport every single week, the practices and games. I think we got a long way from just being able to be that great connection together. And I think that says is wonders, because what we've been doing this latter half of the year has been great, but just got to continue to work together, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
And is that just spending time together? Is it spending time in the film room?
Yeah, it's spending time and also spending time in the film room. But at the end of the day, as you know, it's those live reps is what really matters. And I think we've been, getting more and more of those. And the more we get, the better we'll become together.
Aaron Wilson.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing, Aaron?
Great, thanks. Brandon, when you lose a player, what's the kind of the cumulative effect for the rest of you guys in terms of wanting to make up for his loss and, try to have that kind of production? Obviously, you all have your different strengths and weaknesses and you bring to the table.
Yeah, obviously, first and foremost, it's huge losing a guy like that. The type of guy that he is for our locker room, but also on the field. You're talking about a dynamic player, so he'll definitely be missed. The biggest thing I told other guys that's stepping in is just be who you are, have that confidence, practice hard, and typically that leads over to the game. So don't try to do anything out of the ordinary. Just do your job the best way that you can and let everything else take care of itself.
And Brandon, just from your standpoint, what are some things that you'll do? Obviously, you've given that advice. You'll try to set the tone, but just in terms of your game, what do you feel like you'll bring to the table if it does mean more targets and more of those deep balls that we're going to will going your way?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest specific that I can give you is, I'll probably be playing a lot of quarterback this week. Deshaun will be at receiver. Just switch it up in that aspect. And I think that's the best thing that we can do as a team to help our team win is switch me and Deshaun in our positions.
Brandon Scott.
You're funny, man. I was going to ask you about the play calling and just y'all's confidence in the play calling. Not to say that y'all weren't before, but how has that confidence increased over the course of the year, if at all, and what would you attribute that to? Just the way you guys have worked together in total.
I think that just came with time, honestly. And, with TK really getting to know his players and our strengths. And then at the end of the day, as players, just connecting. When you start to connect, that also gives you that confidence. It's only so much the coach can do, but we also got to go out there and execute. And I'll attribute that to the time spent, over the years.
Sarah.
So does that mean that, I know Randall Cobb's on IR, but do you think you'd be a better emergency quarterback than him if you were in a Broncos situation?
Oh, I haven't thought about that. I have not thought about that. Yeah. Big respects to that guy who played quarterback for them, though. That's a big task from going from practice squad, not being on the roster. You got to tip your hat to him. He did the best he can.
Aaron Wilson.
Hey, Brandon. When you look at the Colts defensive coordinator and the scheme that they run, what do you think about some of the things that they've done this year? I know they gave up some points this past game, but overall, just your thoughts on him as a coach, Matt Eberflus, and
they've been playing at a high level. I don't that last game. I don't look at that. They've been playing at such a high level throughout the year. He's been great in mixing up his calls. He has a lot of confidence in his players. You got a lot of great players on that backs, in the back, and then with Leonard leading that defense. When you got a guy like that, you can do a lot. So a lot of respect for what he's doing with that defense and what they've been doing all year.
And within the team, when you guys do take a hit like you did at the beginning of the week, what's the mood been like around the locker room and on the practice field, just in terms of, trying to keep things, going in a good direction after you won the last couple of games?
Yeah, I mean, to understand that we got a lot of football left, and it's one of those things that's next man up. Just got to get back to work, keep that focus, and everything that's out of your control you can't focus on.
Brandin,
I wanted to go back to what you said earlier about Will in the locker room. I know you're obviously new to the team, but y'all are however many games into the season. What has that relationship building been like with Will, and what is he like in the locker room? He seems like a quiet dude.
Yeah, he's on the quieter side, but our relationship, has grown from, the moment that I stepped in to now. I love that guy. It's like a brother to me already with the short amount of time that we spent together. So a lot of respect for what he has done and who he is. Yeah.
Thanks, Brandin.
Yep. All right, guys.